A veces pasa que el mundo del rugby se conmueve. En los 90, un rayo negro atravesó el mundo ovalado y estalló en el ingol, conmocionando las estructuras del rugby internacional. Ese rayo tenía nombre: Jonah Lomu, el gigante maorí que hoy será el protagonista de este capítulo especialísimo de Leyendas.
What gives me rugby, to me, it's what saved me. You know, I come from an area where I had lost a lot of relatives in gang fights and so forth, and you know, some of my best friends had died before they had seen their 16th birthday. So, you know, this thing sort of teaches you a lot of things, and you know, rugby taught me discipline. Loyalty, and it's just, to me, it's the perfect game. I started rugby by playing basketball first. My first 15 coach was looking for a second rower and that could jump. It was before the days of lifting, so he saw me slam dunking at school, and he didn't realise that I was only 14. Oh, actually I was 13 and I turned 14 later on that year. And next thing I knew, I was in the first 15 and rugby sort of grew like that.
Como no podía ser de otra manera, la carrera de Lomu fue vertiginosa. En junio de 1994, ante Francia, se pone por primera vez la mítica camiseta negra. Lomu tenía 19 años recién cumplidos. Por eso fue el jugador más joven en ponerse la camiseta negra.
For me, it's I guess it's a privilege and an honour to hold that record. You know, being the youngest Test player. But you know, it's for me, it's just playing rugby for New Zealand is the biggest thing.
Un jugador que mide 1,95 y hace 10 segundos 7 los 100 metros es atípico, que pesa arriba de 100 kilos y corre lo que corre él, no lo vas a encontrar.
Por la posición en la que jugaba y por el tamaño que tenía y la velocidad que tenía, fue como... mirá ese pibe que tendría que jugar de segunda línea de pilar, mirá dónde juega, de wing.
He's one of the most famous rugby players in the world, instantly recognisable, and a very genuine man, very humble man.
Imparable, era distinto a todos.
Fue una cosa típica.
La manera de llevarse los rivales por encima. Creo que ha hecho tries que un win normal con un tamaño normal no los hace, pero él por ser Lomu y por tener todas las condiciones que tenía, ha pasado rivales por encima como si fueran de papel.
Lo de Lomu fue una cosa fuera totalmente lo normal y creo que no ha aparecido otro igual. Modoko es rápido, pero tiene otro estilo de juego. Este era un jugador que te pasaba por arriba, o sea, te chocaba, te pisaba y seguía.
Fantastic rugby skills, fantastic balance, and his change of pace and his whole ability to play rugby at another level.
Se veía que el tipo marcaba diferencia por lo físico y aparte además de jugar en un gran equipo.
Lo dejabas dar 2 pasos, después no lo podías parar.
Sin ninguna duda es algo que debe salir uno en 1000, 2000, no sé, una cosa increíble.
The haka to me is, the way I see it is that I'm issuing a challenge when I'm doing it. So I issue a challenge to whoever they are, and then I say, if you accept the challenge, we'll do battle on this field. And that's how I see it. And that's the way I've always interpreted it.
Me acuerdo que en el Mundial 95 como explota y no lo podían parar y tenía 21 años en ese momento.
Fue impresionante lo que hizo en el Mundial 95, pasaba a todos los jugadores por encima.
Lomu and Proctor. Lomu! 3 of them left to him.
Everybody was writing about Jonah Lomu, and he was just one of the faces of world rugby then. There's this young man, this unbelievably strong, fast rugby player from New Zealand that just grabbed the world's attention.
The coaches, their game plan was to actually spin the ball as wide and quick as possible to me and just let me run. Laurie Mange just basically said to me, you got a 007 number, so you just do whatever you are, you're licensed to run.
Touch for the big man, Lomu goes round Craig Joyner. What a sight this is. Joyner misses the tackle, it's Hastings. Lomu through Hastings, holds on, and this is going to be an awesome.
En la semifinal del 95, un lomo encendido enloqueció a los ingleses.
Esa semifinal del 95 es tremenda. Eso creo que es la imagen de lo que era ese muchacho.
New Zealand play with a tempo and intensity that we just couldn't cope with. We talked about defensive strategy, but the rugby that New Zealand played that day, I will never forget. It was quite incredible, and the vision of Laurie Mange, the coach, and the playing skills of Zimzan Brook and Jonah Lomu. You know, if you took yourself out of the personal situation of disappointment, it was incredible rugby.
The build-up to the England game, there was a lot of speculation in terms of what they were going to do. You know, there was the newspapers had written that Tony Underwood said that I hadn't played against anybody, and who am I? That he'll run around me, that he was quicker than me, and that will be my true test. And so I just cut that picture out and I put it on my mirror, and I just looked at it every morning and just made sure that I could prove him wrong. So from the haka, he winked at me, and the first thing that ran through my head was, I'm going to rub that smile off your face. When he got on the outside of me, I dragged him into touch, and when I got up and I said, you need to bring more than that. And it became a lot of trash talking between myself and him, just talking myself into the game. There was one thing that was drilled into my head, that we weren't going to lose that game, and there was no way in hell that I was going to let my team down, and that I wasn't going to play my best for my country.
Intercept by Pasha. Lomu. Hands off Tony Underwood.
Lomu scored 4 tries. Some of them we may wish to forget as English people, but that day he was quite incredible, and New Zealand played a rugby that people have never seen before.
What I keep saying to everyone is that my cat was at the right place at the wrong time. By the meaning I say that is that if he was 2 steps back, I would have fallen in front of him. So he actually helped me actually get the try. So because he kept me on my feet. But that was, but my cat's got his own back. You know, he's won a World Cup. I haven't. Been great for English rugby. You know, I was just fortunate to, you know, well, for me, he made me famous, I guess.
Look out! Lomu in again!
En la final del 95, los All Blacks no pudieron doblegar a los poderosos Springboks.
Oh, you could hear the chanting inside the stadium. You can, the ground was shaking and everything else. You can hear the jumbo jet go past, and you know, we knew we were in for an epic battle. And you know, the classic rivalries, All Blacks, South Africa.
I think at that stage the All Blacks were very individual players, and a few individual players really came through strong, and they didn't play well as a team. We were more of a complete team, and I think that was our success, was that we played together as a team, and we knew how we had to eliminate him, and we did. You know, we took him out of the game, and then the All Blacks just couldn't get on the front foot.
He was very quick, and all the tries that he scored or made was always on the outside. So all that we wanted was to ensure that he comes inside and not give him space to run on the outside.
Great jump by Ian Jones. That's quality position for the lineouts that New Zealand are getting. This is Lomu. He's found his way down the middle.
We just knew how they were going to use Lomu to hit up the ball, and then we just counteracted that. You know, we just told our centres, you know, where we'll be hitting all the time.
They played a very interesting defence, so they rushed from the outside in. But it also, this also showed what, you know, how they thought about the game.
Lomu got the ball and he went around Andrea Berra, fullback, you know, and I was basically the last man left, you know, so I thought if I don't get him, you know, then he's going to score a try. I just gave my best, you know, and luckily the big guy went down.
Now Jonah Lomu and Andre Joubert, the big man has got strength. What a great tackle from Yapi Mulder.
The 95 World Cup, we saw something bigger than just rugby. We saw a country come together. And when you look into the crowd, you know, you saw this one rainbow nation come together, and for me, that took a little bit of the sting of losing, even though it still hurt because we wanted to win.
Bangladesh tries the strength, he looks for the drop. Has he got it? Yes, it's over! That is it! The final whistle in South Africa.
En 1996, Lomu es la gran figura de los All Blacks que ganan el primer Tri Nations.
We started with a hiss and a roar, and the team was raring to go. They wanted to see how, you know, because we were going to play the Springboks again, and it was more like payback from losing the World Cup the year before. The funniest part was the cup was measured out, and it was supposed to be done in centimetres, while the guy measured it in inches. So the cup was actually bigger than the players. So when Sean was trying to pick it up, it was so big that you couldn't get it over his head. The Tri Nations was the, you know, was the start of bang, professional rugby is here, and that was a great sign for a lot of players and a lot of young players that were coming through.
Marshall again. Here's the kick wide. McCullen and June and Lomu.
En 1999, Lomu jugó su segundo mundial con la camiseta negra.
I love thriving on seeing it's finding out who's the best in the world. Every time, you know, every 4 years you get to find out how good you are against the best in the world, and you know, that's the time to shine. And to me, you know, you got to be at your best, or else someone else is going to beat you. I sat behind Tana for most of the year. I was unfit at the beginning of the year, and I got myself into shape. And by the time the World Cup came around, I was in the best physical shape that I could be. I was quicker, faster than I'd been, and you know, and it showed on the field. But it was more that a drive to find out how good I was again.
En 2001, Lomu enfrentó a los Pumas en cancha de River.
The one that's really memorable was playing at River Plate. You know, it's a very famous stadium, and you know, I was fortunate to be there and to be in such a famous place, and also having one of Argentinian's golden sons, you know, Diego Maradona, in the stadium as well. So, you know, that was to me, that was a highlight of playing there. But at the same time, Argentina gave us a real scare. You know, we had to run from our own try line to score, and when we scored, it was right on the final whistle. So you know, we knew then that we knew Argentina had arrived. You know, they were going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they've grown year in, year out since 2001.
Jonah Lomu sufrió una grave enfermedad en sus riñones y la afrontó con la entereza que enseña el rugby.
And the way I thought it was that I just took the attitude of how I played rugby. Someone told me I couldn't do this, I did it. I just took that attitude. A doctor said to me, "You're never going to walk again, you're going to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair." And the first thing that ran in my head was, who are you to tell me that I'm never ever going to walk again? There's only one person that I have to answer to, and that's the Lord himself. And you know, he hasn't told me that I couldn't walk again. And I believed that I could walk again. I had the kidney transplant. 2 weeks after the surgery, I was on a bicycle, and then I started jogging. And then next thing I knew, I was playing in Martin Johnson's testimonial match. So, you know, for me, it's a perfect fit for me in terms of you know, what I stand for, and that is impossible is nothing.
El duro trance de la enfermedad aceleró los tiempos del retiro para Jonah Lomu. En noviembre de 2002, el gigante nacido en Auckland jugaba su último partido para los All Blacks.
What means rugby in my life? It is life. It's what it is. You know, the things that you have in rugby, that happens in rugby, happens in life. You have your highs, your lows. You have your losses, and you have your wins. You know, and all these things all happen in life in general. You know, so you know, to me it's a lifestyle, and to me it's what's given me life.
Primero el mundo se conmovió con su fuerza y su velocidad. Luego, como vimos, nos impactó con su historia, por ese temple especial que le sirvió para superar todas las adversidades. Por eso decimos que Jonah Lomu es una leyenda del rugby mundial.